So the Tercel's been sitting for a moment. Took it up the mountain and the fuel pump quit on me. That was a fun day. I was able to, I don't know, rig up an electric fuel pump. Let me show you this. This is the fuel pump that I rigged up. It's not rigged at the moment. Me and my daughter went through and did some fairly okay wiring on it and got it running, but the problem was, and the thing I didn't know, is that it's a push type fuel pump. So it's supposed to be gravity fed from the fuel tank. So it's supposed to be like further back there. Like it's supposed to be toward the back of the car, and it isn't. Well, I put it up here, and to get it to actually go, now I have to blow air into the fuel tank to get fuel pushed up to the pump, and then it'll run for a little bit, but it doesn't pull hard enough from the gas tank. It doesn't pull from the gas tank at all. So anyways, it doesn't run. It'll idle and then it'll shut off. I tried that for a little bit because I spent like $60 on that fuel pump, but I decided to just go back with the mechanical one. So I got a new mechanical one from Rock Auto. Check this out. There she is, right there. After shipping and everything, it was like $70. I mean, it fits in a stock place with all the stock hoses and whatnot. It comes with gaskets if you need them. I don't think you need more. Actually, it looks like you might need that. Looks like all three of them, probably. Because that's how it is on there now. It's got all three gaskets, if you can see right there. So this is a pretty straightforward replacement. You take those two nuts off right here and here. The thing slides out, and it's got this little arm that engages the cam, I think. And yeah, you just replace everything that's on this. I've got a plug in this side over here because I took that little plastic piece off. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So these are some other cars. Anyway, it's best you get all your tools before you walk out of the garage, because walking back and forth sucks. Or either just do the work in the garage. That's a pretty decent idea. All right, so I got the bolts off, or the nuts off, and this thing just slides out, and I assume the new one just slides right in. I don't know if there's any kind of alignment procedure or anything like that, but it just seemed to work. When I took it out before and put it back in, it just seemed to work. So that's what we're doing. Just a word of advice: don't disconnect your hoses until you either mark them to know where they go, or disconnect them after you get this out. Put the new one in, and then disconnect them and reconnect them as you go, so you'll know where they all go. Because if you look down here, 3 little metal tubes that come out, and there's no way to tell where they go unless you want to follow them all the way back to the gas tank. So this is everything I'm using. I just bought some fuel hose from AutoZone. I got this little fuel filter, this little inline, flathead, Phillips head, my little wrench, and a razor blade to cut the hose. There it is, just pulled out just like that. If you ever get a weird oil leak, like an oil leak and you can't tell where it's coming from, my fuel pump was leaking from under here. I guess maybe the diaphragm inside was bad or something, and these 2 little holes, oil comes out of them, and it just gets all down in here. Like, it just makes a huge mess. It doesn't leak a ton, but like as you drive, it just leaks more and more and gets oil everywhere, so it's not awesome. So just know that. And simply enough, the new one just like slides right in here, like it's no thing. Just like that, it slides right on there. I'm gonna take that back off and replace those gaskets. I just wanted to show y'all how easily this thing just slides in and out. And then as you tighten it up, it closes up against the gaskets obviously, but it's not going to go flush straight away because I guess it's sitting, that little spring arm is sitting against the cam, so you have to tighten it up for it to add tension to that. So here's another little tip. These gaskets, I don't know if you can tell, but they are not symmetrical. So like there's less room down here than there is up here. There's more room up here. So make sure you get it situated right. I think this is the bottom and this is the top. So it would go on the thing like this. So if you're looking down at the top of the fuel pump, this new one came labeled. It says in. This is your out. You know that because it goes this way. And it's going to be going to your, well, this goes to my fuel pressure regulator, but it would be going out this way toward your carburetor. And then this is the return right here on the bottom. All right, so I just noticed this. Okay, this is my old pump, and the return is on the top right here. And you've got the inlet on the front and the outlet right here. You can tell that the inlet and the outlet are the same size barb, where the return has a smaller barb. If you look at this newer pump, and this is the one that Rock Auto said was for this motor, and I'm sure it works just the same, but like this inlet is on top. It says in right here. The outlet is right here, and I've got it running that way, and the return is underneath right here. So they're made differently, and I don't know if that's significant or if it's completely insignificant, if it'll work just the same. I assume it'll work just the same. I hope they sent me the right pump. It's not unheard of to get sent the wrong part, but everything else kind of matched up, so I just assumed it was the right one. So anyway, I'm gonna try this and see if it works. So the fuel pump's in, everything's done. I took the electric fuel pump out. I got my little inline fuel filter here. I ran all new fuel hose. Tied off my wiring that I had for the other fuel pump. Figure I might need it for something at some point. So it's in, it runs. It's a super easy remove and replace. I would say 1 out of 10